Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Byzantine art, but more specifically, the hospitality of Abraham. Alright, so, it was created by Andrew Rublev. The artwork was created sometime between 1410 and 1425 in the 15th century. It was created in Russia. It is Andrew Rublev's most famous work and most famous of all Russian icons, and is noted as one of the highest achievements of Russian art. So, additional information, Andrew Rublev, inspiration for the creation of this painting was a story in the Hebrew Bible, the story of Abraham and his wife Sarah, which will be talked about on the next slide. The art was commissioned in honor of Abbot Serigus of the Trinity Serigus Monastery, which means the person who it was in honor of was highly significant, and the person who paid for it may have been too. It's not exactly clear who hired Mr. Ablioff to create the painting, but it seems that every party involved had a significant role in history. As far as how Andrei Ablov thought of his painting, I assumed that he thought his work was greater than imagined, since it perfectly depicted what he wanted it to. It in fact came out greater than he imagined it. He had the idea in his head when he read the Hebrew Bible, as stated before, and he just went with it, and it came out pretty great. And critics thought the artwork was amazing and impressively splendid, which is obvious since it's one of Russia's greatest iconic achievements. At the time of the creation of this painting, making paintings of biblical icons was very popular, which is primarily how this painting came about. Other painters were making paintings of biblical icons, which is also within the book. So when he was commissioned to make this painting, not only did he already have the idea of doing an icon, but when he was reading the Hebrew Bible, it kind of hit him like, okay, these are some really ironically iconic people. So, like what they did was great. So a picture of that would honestly be amazing. And yeah, so the specific purpose of this painting was to show the kindness of Abraham and his wife Sarah in the Bible, from when they hosted 3 strangers for dinner who were God represented by 3 divine human forms. So which goes back to how he chose the painting, because there was this guy and his wife, and it was 3 strangers who they didn't know were represented by God, but they were still kind enough to house them and feed them. And so it just goes to show. So that was it was a no-brainer for him to pick that to paint about. The artwork is very detailed and nicely presented, which is made obvious through the small details you notice each time you view the painting, such as the oak of Mamre placed above the angels, and the food that was offered that became a chalice of the altar-like table. Also, his artwork helps to show how late Byzantine artists relied on mathematical conventions to create iconic figures, which gave their artwork an undeniable consistency. And my interpretation, the artwork does seem to have a high degree of compositional skill. He uses circles, which form the basic underlying structure for the composition. Furthermore, I do believe that this is an effective piece of artwork because it portrays the message very clearly. From the moment you look at the painting and you see the 3 figures and they're at the table in the house, if you're someone who knows about the reading in the Hebrew Bible, and if you know about the Trinity, you can automatically infer what it's about. So I think that does a good job of quickly allowing you to know what it's about. So that's very effective. I think what the artwork means is pretty clear, as stated in the name of it, the hospitality of Abraham. So it simply shows Abraham and his wife, very repetitive. It's such a simple painting. It just shows that they were kind enough to host 3 strangers who, again, represented God, the Trinity, the Holy Father, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The focus of the artwork is the Trinity, like I just said, which is represented by the 3 identical angels there. So, yeah, the painting is so simple and to the point that it begins to become repetitive when you're trying to explain the painting within itself. The art was made using an expressive style alongside salient contours, small heads, and long bodies to capture the sense of spiritual in his artwork. Overall, the artist used many aspects to create said painting. I believe it was just painted with normal paint and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment.